Would love to welcome back Jerami Grant and Matisse Thybulle to the Trailblazers. Two critically important players to our team and two terrific guys that are not just great leaders in our locker room, but great in our community as well. So I said a little earlier in my press conference, a huge priority for us was retaining both of these guys. So this is a great day for us in order to have these two both with our team long term, and we're excited to move forward with them.
Basically, ditto what Joe says. We're very happy. I know I am as a coach, very happy to be able to have both of these guys back. Everything that I believe in as a coach, even as somebody that played in the game, is what they embody. They're very unselfish. They take coaching. They both can be good on the offensive side of the ball and the defensive side of the ball. And I just believe that every good team needs guys like them. So I'm happy that they're with us. I enjoyed coaching them, the small amount of time that I had, both of them. And they were a priority for us, to get them back in the fold. So very happy about that, and congrats to both of you guys.
Excited to be back. Thankful to Joe, Chauncey, and everybody here for bringing me back. Excited, looking forward to what we're about to do. So short and sweet.
When I got to the NBA, everyone always says, get to the second contract. When you get to the second contract, that's how you know, you've made it or that you've arrived, you belong here. So for me, it's awesome. It's an honor. It's a massive achievement. Something that, as a kid, you can't really dream your way to get there. It's you just got to get there and figure it out. And so to be here today is pretty special, just to have made it to the NBA and solidified myself here as a real basketball player.
This question is for both Jerami and Matisse. Obviously, there's a situation going on with Damian. Did that situation factor at all into your decision, or not? Well, I guess you didn't really have a decision, but into your thought process about staying in Portland? Because you said at the end of the season you wanted to be somewhere where you thought you could win, and you came here in part because, not here, but in Portland because Damian was there. So has that weighed on you at all?
It's definitely big. He's grown. He's going to make his own decisions. But at the same time, I think Joe's moving in the right direction, and he's going to figure out what we can do to still be a winning team. So.
Found out I was coming back to Portland. It wasn't really a decision for me to. I signed.
But just thought the thought process that you're going to be in Portland. When you came here, when Damian was here, you got shared agent. Is there anything you give that info at all? How he's going to be leaving?
I mean, my agent made it very clear. Those are two very different deals. Matisse in Portland, Dame in Portland, two completely different things. So when he told me that, I took his word for it and never really put much more thought towards it. I'm here, and I'm happy to be here, and I'm going to do my job regardless.
Casey, Jerami, you did just kind of touch on it there, but could you explain a little bit kind of your thought process in resigning, and maybe what do you feel like are some of the benefits to that and the reasoning for staying in Portland for another 5 seasons?
When I got here, I think right away it was a family setting for me, being with Chauncey, with Joe. And I think that was a big factor for me in coming back. And I think we're still moving in the right direction. I trust Joe, I trust Chauncey, so I'm looking forward to what we do next.
I guess, Chauncey, what was kind of your reaction? What have you been thinking the last couple of days as you've seen the stuff with Damian play out?
It's been, obviously for everybody, it's been a whirlwind of the last, 6 weeks, or however long it's been. And, I have a very, very close relationship with Dame. And, You know, he's in a spot right now where he has to make decisions, you know, based on what he needs, you know, in his career, in his life. Those decisions are not only basketball decisions. You know, it comes down to family, it comes down to comfort, it comes down to a lot of things. I have a lot of very intimate, detailed talks with him, you know, about these things that I would never share with anybody, obviously. But, you know, it'll play out, you know, how it plays out. You know, I always say you can't control fate. You can do whatever you want. You can't control fate. So we'll see how it plays. But for me as a coach, there's a lot of other guys on the team that I have to coach and that I have to be there for, that I have to mentor, that I have to teach. And I want us to just continue to move forward, you know, however we do that. And Joe's doing a really good job of handling the situation. This is just professional sports, you know. And I'm gonna do the best job that I can, no matter what's going on. You know, that's just kind of how I'm wired anyway.
All right, back front here.
Coach, you said after the season, everyone said after the season you guys needed more vets and things like that to help this team. It's one thing to lose Dame, that's bad enough, but how relieved are you that you guys at least retain these two guys to give you a couple guys to work with that are old enough to buy alcohol, and then hopefully maybe get some more?
Yeah, it's funny, you know, as you know, the last couple of years when Joe and I start talking about what our team should look like and the guys we want, these were guys at the top of that list, and they weren't on our team at the time, you know, so he had some work to do, you know, and going out and acquiring Jerami and then going to get Tease. And it's good that, you know, you take chances on guys like that, knowing that there's a possible chance that Jerami could be somewhere else right now, or he could be in Dallas right now. But we value these young guys, you know, and they fit into what we want to do. So to be able to have them back, it obviously gives me a lot of confidence and makes me very happy because we do have some really good young players that I can't be the only one raising them. You know, our vets got to raise them too. So I'm happy about that.
Chauncey, what were your first impressions of Scoot in that half that we kind of saw him play?
Yeah, I wasn't surprised at all. I was just happy for him. He's been really looking forward to playing in the Summer League for literally 2 years. Since he went to Ignite, he's been looking forward to playing in the NBA Summer League. But I love his pace. You know, he plays with great pace. He's a downhill player. He's very aggressive. You know, he's a selfless team guy, which I think is cool for a young guy. I know if I was looking forward to playing in a certain game for 2 years, I probably would have been out of control, running people over. He wasn't. You know, he was very composed in the game. I thought he had good command of the team, and other guys got shots because of him. So I thought he did a good job, man. I thought he did a good job.
Just a couple more, Casey.
Matisse, when you got to Portland, you know, you talked a little bit about having the opportunity to maybe expand your skill set, maybe do some more stuff on the court than you had previously. What's your hope for that going into kind of next season and this next phase of your career in Portland in that regard?
I think just continuing. I thought that like it was immediate, and this was seen from like friends who are players and family members who watch and support me, but I got here and I immediately stepped into a bigger role than what I've had. And it felt really good, and it was an opportunity for me to showcase a little bit more, and I was grateful to be able to step up and rise up to the occasion as well. So, I mean, I think as I grow as a player, as this team grows as a group, like that's just going to be a natural process that takes place. So it's not a thing that I'm looking to create or that has to happen. I just think like we're a team, we're a unit, and this, as we grow together and we grow as individuals, that's just something that happens.
A lot of fans are speculating that you guys are pretty much going to tank again and try and get another lottery pick if Dame's gone. But it's clear bringing these two back that that's not necessarily a plan. So is the plan, so they all know that you guys are hoping to add to these two to try and make a playoff run next year, not planning to try and get another lottery pick?
Our goal is to win and keep moving forward. And, we feel like our talent base is high. We've got these two guys, Jerami and Matisse. We've got some really good young guards. We've got some other players that are here with us and other guys that we'll add. And our goal is to, keep pushing forward. We feel like, we have a really talented group, and we're excited to see them grow together.
Yeah, I think any of y'all that have been around me for 2 years understand how I feel about the game and how I feel about winning. But there's a process involved in that. You don't just wake up and start winning, So I'm the one that is in the middle of that process, and how we work, who we have, how we want to play, things like that. So I'm excited for next year. I'm very excited for next year. These first 2 years that I've been coaching, I've learned so much. Obviously, I've been through a ton, but I consider everything that I've been through just a learning experience. And we've been able to acquire some really good young players based on the couple years that we've had. And I think everybody is just kind of hungry. These two guys, talking to them, they the tank or whatever y'all want to call it, we want to play through the tape. We want to play to the finish line and just see what happens.
All right. Thank you, everyone.